Hey everyone, in this video, you'll see how to set up and sell memberships on WordPress with MemberPress. The MemberPress plugin adds powerful membership access, content protection, and subscription auto-billing features to your WordPress website. And at the core of it all are memberships, which is how you sell things with the MemberPress plugin. You're able to create an unlimited number of memberships, charge a recurring or a one-time fee for them, and then use them to paywall your exclusive content and services, and also to sell digital and physical products. So in this video, I'm going to go over the membership portion of selling. First, I'll give you an overview of how you can create memberships on your WordPress site with MemberPress. And then we'll go over some ways to customize your memberships. You'll see how to create some basic, common membership use cases within the plugin, and you'll see how to group memberships together to create a tier structure and a pricing page. And finally, I'll show you how to link membership signup pages to your site so you can start selling it right away. Now, a membership is the core component of how the MemberPress plugin works. So creating a membership is how products, content, and services are actually sold. So if you're not selling what you would traditionally think of as an online membership, don't let the name hang you up. To sell anything on the MemberPress platform, you create a membership for it. So whether you're creating membership access to content or services, or you're just selling a one-time digital or even physical product, to actually sell it with MemberPress, you'll create a membership for it. And you can do that right on the memberships page here of the MemberPress plugin, which you can find on the left sidebar of the WordPress admin dashboard. So you can see here on my sample website, I have a variety of things that I'm selling. And there's a membership created for each of them. So you can see everything from one-time product sales like ebooks and courses, and even an online coaching program. And then you see some recurring memberships that give access to content that's on my website. So on your site, you could have just one membership, or as many as you want. It really depends on what you're selling and how you want to set it up. And like I just mentioned, you can sell pretty much anything that you want, digital or physical, through memberships. Some common things we see sold with MemberPress are membership access to content. So people sign up for a membership, either as a one-time payment or a recurring payment, and then they get access to content on your website. And the content itself can be just about anything. Most commonly, digital products like ebooks, online courses, videos, written material on pages and posts, software, templates, podcasts, different audio files, and a whole lot more. So you can sell specific digital products, or more than one digital product, as a one-time sale. Just for an example. So you could have a pack of 5 ebooks, for example, and then charge a one-time fee for them all. Or you can sell just one ebook, so people buy it, and then they get the file. You can also sell online coaching programs through our online coaching platform, CoachKit by MemberPress. Again, either as a one-time payment, or you can auto-bill every month or year or week or whatever you want for it. And aside from coaching, you can also sell access to live or pre-recorded material of yourself, like live webinars, classes that you host on Zoom or other similar platforms, one-on-one calls, live streams, and any other service. And like I mentioned earlier, what you sell doesn't have to stop at digital goods. You can also sell and ship out physical products too. These can be one-time product sales, where someone buys one and then you ship it to them. Or you can sell physical goods on a recurring basis, like a subscription box. So these can be shipped out every few weeks or month, just a few examples. So all this is to say, once you know what you're going to sell and how you're going to sell it, you just need to plan out how many memberships you're going to have, how much they're going to cost, and what they're going to offer. So here at MemberPress, we've seen a huge variety of ways creators are offering memberships on their website. I'll just give you a few examples to give you some ideas. So these are specifically going to be talking about access to content sort of memberships. So first, you can have just one membership on your site. It could simply be called Membership, Premium, VIP Access, whatever you want. And then it could give access to all your site's content at signup. You could offer this as a one-time payment, like $850 for example. So customers pay you $850 once, and then they get access to your site's content for life, or until you shut down your site, or until you expire their access. Or you could charge on a recurring basis, like $50 a month, or $500 a year. Or take it a step further and have 2 sign-up options to give access to the same exact perks. You could have a monthly membership that charges every month, and then a yearly membership that charges every year. And then throw in a small savings to entice people to commit for a whole year. And aside from just one membership or 2 memberships with the same offerings, a very common configuration we see is the membership tier structure. So this often involves 2 or more membership levels that are named in a progression, and then offer more stuff the more expensive they are. So this could be like Basic and Pro, Silver and Gold, or Business and Enterprise. Or you can offer 3 or more, like Bronze, Silver, and Gold, Basic Plus and Pro, or Basic Plus, Pro, and Elite. And again, the more expensive they are, the more stuff customers get with them. And a lot of these membership images that you're seeing are what's called price boxes, which is a really common way to display memberships for sale on the internet. They show what people get with a membership and a button to sign up, and we'll see how to set some of those up later. Also, check out our blog post, linked in the description, on MemberPress website examples, or take a look at some of your favorite web apps and services to see how other sites are structuring their membership offerings, just to get some more ideas. Okay, so once you have your content, or whatever it is that you're selling on your website, you're ready to create some memberships. Now again, this video is going to be focused on how to set up the memberships in MemberPress themselves. So for guidance on how to protect content and set up monetization, be sure to check out our extensive support documentation to see how to do that. So we're focusing on memberships today. Also, so you can get started right away, this is going to be a pretty basic, high-level overview of creating memberships. So I'm not going to be going over every single option and customization that you have when creating memberships. But again, our support docs have a lot of step-by-step guides and video tutorials on configuring all of our membership settings. Okay, so now let's see how to create a membership. If you went through the MemberPress setup wizard after installing the plugin, you created a membership and then linked it to a piece of content and set up a rule to protect it. So from that first membership that you created in the setup wizard, you can find it by going to MemberPress here on the left sidebar, WordPress, and Memberships. So here you can delete it and start over, you can edit it, or work around it by creating additional memberships for a tier structure. But in this video, I'm going to show you how to create memberships right in the plugin. So to create a new membership, here on MemberPress and Memberships, just click Add New. So here's where you're going to set up your membership. First, give it a title. So this is required, and it'll be the name of your membership that'll show up on the registration page where people sign up. And it'll be used on the page's URL. So say I was selling one membership on my site to sell access to content. So I'm going to name this Pro. And then in this field here, this is a text editor that lets you add text and images that will show up on your membership's registration page, which is the page people will actually sign up for this membership on. These days, adding text here isn't very common, especially with our Ready Launch page styling, which is our built-in page styler that automatically designs your membership registration pages for you. And we're going to see how this works later in the video. But you could enter some text about your membership, information about free trials, etc. But depending on your WordPress theme or page builder, or if you're using the Ready Launch styling, you can play around with text and media inserted here and see how it looks. And you can always come back in to edit the membership anytime and remove whatever you enter here. I'm not going to show you what it looks like, but go ahead and play around with it and see if you like using it. Okay, next you'll set your membership terms. So this is how much it is and how often it's billed. So right here on the right, first set your price. And this will be in the currency that you have set in your MemberPress settings. So for this example, I'll say $50. And then under billing type, choose either one-time or recurring. One-time will charge your customer just once for the membership. So in this case, one $50 payment, which is charged at the sign-up. And when you have one-time selected, you can choose how long customers who buy the membership can access it. Lifetime, meaning forever, or until you shut your site down or you cancel their membership for some reason. Expire lets you take away or revoke the subscription after a specific amount of time that you set. So you would just set a number, and then choose days, weeks, months, or years. So for example, if you had a membership that gives access to content on your site, you could sell a one-time type of membership and then expire a customer's access after a year. On a one-time membership, you can also check Allow Renewals. So you can use this if you want users to be able to renew their membership in their member account page before their subscription expires. So if you don't check this option, users can still register for the membership a second time, but they'll have to wait until after their current one has expired to repurchase it. So generally, it's a good idea to check Allow Renewals to make it as easy as possible for customers to pay you. And lastly here, under Access, you can set it to fixed expire, which works in a similar way to expire, but this lets you choose a specific date to expire it, instead of a time frame after a customer buys it. So regardless of when someone buys the membership, it'll expire on the date that you set here, meaning your customer's subscription will be revoked at this date. So you can just click this field, and then use the calendar picker to choose what date this membership expires. Also, you can check Allow Early Annual Renewals here, which will let your customers renew their subscriptions in their member account page before their subscription to this membership expires. And just note that if you have this checked, when a customer renews early, it'll add another year to their subscription. So they won't be able to do like a monthly or quarterly renewal on these. So just keep that in mind. So that's how to set up a one-time type of membership. Now let's move on to recurring. So here, under billing type, you can also select recurring, which lets you bill for the membership on a recurring basis. So if you select recurring, next you'll choose your interval, or how often it's billed. So you can set a custom interval in weeks or months, or from the dropdown, you can set it to bill every 6 months, every 3 months, every week, yearly, or monthly. So right now, by selecting monthly, my membership will charge the customer once every single month on their billing date. So when a customer signs up, say on the first of the month, they're charged $50 at sign up, and then on the first of every following month, they're charged $50. So this will bill them until their subscription's canceled. Also, when setting up recurring memberships, you have the options to offer a trial period on it. So if you click here, you can enable a trial period for the membership. This is often a discounted rate or a time period that's free that you can let users try the membership out for. So with trial period enabled, you would set how many days you want it for and the price. And this has to be in days, so a 1-month trial would be 30 days, 2 months would be 60 days, a year trial would be 365 days, etc. So for my example, I could say 30 days for $14.99. So they'd be able to try my membership for a month for just $14.99, and then after that first month, they'd pay the full price, $50. Or I could say 7 days and $0. So this would be a 7-day free trial. So they'd pay nothing for 7 days, and then after the 7 days, they'd start getting billed $50 every month. So how these trial periods work is that when someone signs up, they would only pay the price set on the trial at sign up. And then after the trial ends, they'd start getting charged the full price. So to show you a few examples of how this works, I'm going to first set a 7-day by setting 7 and $0. So a 7-day free trial. So the membership is recurring monthly at $50 a month with a 7-day free trial on it. So to save the membership, I'll click Publish right here. And then once it's saved, you'll notice that a registration page is automatically created for the membership. And you can see that URL right here. So this is the actual page that your customers will purchase the membership on. So I'm going to open this registration page up in a new incognito window. So I'm not logged in as my site's administrator user. So an incognito window lets you view your site not logged in. So it's like you're a brand new site visitor viewing it, which is really useful for testing things out. So here on my registration page, you can see the cost. So it's telling the customer they'll pay $0 at sign up, and then after that, $50 a month. So this customer can sign up, pay nothing, and then get access to my content. But then, after the 7-day trial's over, they'll be charged $50 on the day that the trial period ends. Or, going back to edit my membership, if I edit my trial period to be, say, 30 days for $14.99, and then click here to save the membership. Once it's saved, if I open up the registration page again, you can see my customers are charged $14.99 for 1 month, and then $50 a month after that. So right at sign up, they'd pay $14.99, and then in a month, they'll start paying the full price. Also, keep in mind that throughout this video, I'm using MemberPress's built-in page styling ready launch for my registration pages, which look like this. So all this styling that you're seeing is all set up for you. all you do is choose a brand color and logo like I did here, and your registration pages for memberships will look like this. And they're mobile responsive too. But you can also choose to turn off Ready Launch styling if you'd rather use your WordPress theme or a page builder to design your own registration pages instead. And we'll see how to do this later. Okay, so back to trial periods. Going back to edit my membership. Here, when editing my trial period, you can also enable Allow Only One Trial. So when this is checked, users will only be able to use the trial period once. So if a user signs up and then gets the trial period price, and then they want to sign up again later, their subscription will start with the normal billing amount. So they won't be able to just keep signing up and getting that trial price over and over again. So if a user signs up and then they cancel their subscription and then they try to resubscribe, they'll be able to do that, but they won't get the trial again. And just one note, coupons that are set to override a membership trial will still work even with this checked. So just keep that in mind if you're using any of those types of coupons. Okay, so that's how trial periods work. The last option we see here under membership terms is limited payment cycles. So checking this option will let you put a limit to how many times a customer pays you for the membership. So you can use this if you'd like a user to only pay you a set number of billings before their subscription to the membership either expires, their access, or gives them lifetime access. So here, under max number of payments, just enter a number greater than 0. So this is how many times that you will let your customers be charged based on your billing interval. So if I set this to 2, they'll be charged for 2 months. So they'll make 2 payments. And then, once the customer has paid you the number of times that you set here, you'll then choose what happens to their access here in this dropdown under Access After Last Cycle. So you can choose to expire their access, which will revoke their access to this membership. You can select Lifetime Access, which will give them lifetime access to the membership, and it won't charge them anymore for it. Or you can select Expire Access After, and this lets you set a number of days, weeks, months, or years that their access will expire after their max number of payments have been met. So for example, you could set this to 2 days. So in my case, after they made 2 monthly payments, after their subscription ends, they'll get 2 days after that until their access is taken away. Also, if you have a trial period set on a membership and a max number of payments set up, the trial period does not count as one of the payments. So just keep that in mind as well. Limiting payment cycles like this might be useful if you want to charge for a membership on a recurring basis, but you also want your user's subscription to expire and not just go on forever. Maybe you have a limited time coaching program or a set of courses that you're selling, or maybe you're doing live classes. But your program is only going to last for a couple months. You can set it up to expire and then still charge a recurring fee for it. Okay, so now we've seen how to create both one-time and recurring memberships. So for the purposes of this example, I'm going to reset my membership just to be a simple $50 per month recurring membership without any trials or expirations on it. Just like this. So now I'll click here to save it. So as you're seeing throughout this video, you can also make changes to your membership, save it, and they'll take effect. So nothing's really set in stone after you create it. So once you have your membership terms set up how you want, and you save the membership, you'll have your registration page for it automatically created here. So you can use this link on your site, on your navigation menu, or wherever you want to sell it. So now I'm going to go over some customizations that you have for memberships. And again, I'm not going to go too much into detail about any of these. Our support docs covers them all pretty extensively. I just want to give you a brief overview to give you an idea of what you can do. So right here on the membership, if you scroll down to membership options, you have a bunch of things that you can do. So here on the registration tab, you can customize the registration page features. You can change what the registration button at the bottom of the page says. So going up to my registration page here and opening that page up, this will change what this button at the bottom of the screen says to sign up. So going back, next, enable custom thank you page message will let you customize what the thank you page says when they purchase this particular membership. So the thank you page is the page customers are directed to after they make a successful purchase of the membership. So you have an editor where you can add text and images right here. Or you can choose to redirect customers to a separate thank you page by checking Enable Custom Thank You Page. So you can just auto-create one, or separately create a WordPress page, and then select it from this dropdown. So when people buy this membership, they'll be redirected to this page instead of your default thank you page. So this overrides what happens by default on all your memberships for this membership that's being edited. And by default, the thank you page is already created and set up for you by MemberPress, and you can find that in the MemberPress settings. Okay, moving on. Send membership-specific welcome email to user lets you send a customized welcome email to people who buy this membership. So this will override the email that's sent out site-wide if you have that enabled, and that's found in the Emails tab of the MemberPress settings. So by default, MemberPress sends a welcome email to people who purchase any membership across your site. So this will let you send a custom email to those who just purchased this membership that you're editing. So you can check here to enable the email, and then click Edit to customize it. And you can send yourself, as the admin, a test of this email, and then reset the email template here to its default. And then, right here, checking Customize Payment Methods will let you choose exactly what payment methods that you have added in the Payments tab of the MemberPress settings will be available to use when buying this membership. So it'll let you dictate what payment methods your customers can use to buy this particular membership. So maybe you have 3 or 4 payment methods added in MemberPress, but you only want people to be able to pay you with Stripe, for example. So you can do that by enabling this and then checking Stripe. So here, only Stripe will show up on the registration page for this membership as a way for customers to pay. Also, checking Customize User Information fields will let you add any custom fields you have added in the MemberPress settings to this membership's registration page. So these are the fields that will show up and its information that you collect from people when they sign up. And these can be set to be required or not required in the settings. So here on my website, to show you that, if I go to MemberPress and Settings and the Fields tab, here's where you can see all your fields and create new ones. And you can see here that you can choose to have each be required. So you'll notice there's this checkbox to show at signup too. So if you enable this on any custom field here in the settings, it'll show up on all your registration pages site-wide. So you just have to have Show at Signup enabled in order for them to show up on your registration pages. So even if you do enable Customized User Information fields and have a particular field checked here on a membership, you still have to have Show at Signup enabled on it here in the settings for it to show up on a registration page. So maybe you have a field set to Show at Signup on all your site's membership registration pages. But for a specific membership, you might not want to show it and collect that information. So going back to the membership, you can just disable that particular field here, and it won't show it, but only on this membership. So if you have more memberships on your site, that field will still show up on all the rest of them. So here you can choose to show or hide your custom fields, and then choose exactly which ones to show on this membership that you're editing. So moving down here, you can allow this membership to be gifted if you have the gifting add-on installed, and we've got a video and a step-by-step guide on the knowledge base for that one. And here you have some shortcodes of this membership. So these will let you display the registration page's link and the registration form itself on different pages and areas throughout your website. Here on the Permissions tab, first you can check this to allow users to create multiple active subscriptions to this membership. So this will let a single user buy this membership multiple times. So they can own multiple active subscriptions to the membership. This might come in handy if you're offering donation types of memberships, which you can do with MemberPress. So a logged in user can buy this membership as many times as they want. And here you can choose exactly who's able to buy the membership. It's set to everyone by default, meaning anyone, new site visitors or people logged in. But you can make it so no one can buy it. Guests, so like a guest user account in WordPress, or certain members. So maybe you have an exclusive VIP type of membership that you want only your current site members to be able to buy. So you can set that up right here. So you would just select members, and then the conditions that have to be met. So you can say members who have or have had, and then you could choose from a bunch of different conditions here. No active membership, any membership, etc. So you can really fine-tune and dial in who can purchase this membership. And you can also use this plus sign icon to add more than one condition. So if you make any changes here in any of these tabs under membership options, just be sure to click here to save the membership to make any changes that you make take effect. And right here, you can customize the message that people who don't meet the conditions that you set up here see when they try to buy the membership. So you have all these options available to you if you need them. Okay, here in the Price Box tab, you can edit what this membership's individual price box says when it's displayed in a pricing table on a group pricing page. And we'll see a little bit of this later in the video. And here on the Advanced tab, the first field that you see is for a membership access URL. If you paste a URL here, when a user goes to the Subscriptions or Payments tab of their member account page, which is your site/account by default, when they click the name of the membership, they'll be taken to this page that you paste the URL for. So you can make this a separate WordPress page that you create, and then you could put like download links to their exclusive content on it, just for an example. So they can go to their account page, the subscription or payments tab, click their membership, and get to those. Now, there are a lot more ways to deliver your members-only content to customers, like linking content to your navigation menu as a separate navigation tab in the account page, through email, and a whole lot more. But this is just another option for you. Next, you see membership pricing terms. This lets you change how the price of the membership is displayed outside of what's generated by default. So it's set to default automatically. So opening up my registration page, you see the price up top is displayed right here, which is generated from the actual price that's set on the membership. But now if I close the page, and going back to membership pricing terms, if I set this to custom, I can enter whatever I want to be displayed there instead, like this. And then if I save the membership real quick, and then open up that registration page again, what I just entered shows up here, instead of that default price set on the membership. So you have that if you need it. And also, back here on the membership edit page, you can set that dropdown to be hidden, which will just hide that price altogether. But unless you do have a good reason to change it, it's probably a whole lot easier for you to just leave it set to default so there's no confusion about how much things cost your customers. Next up, custom login redirect URLs let you control where members who have an active subscription to this particular membership wind up when they log into your site. Now, setting a URL here will override the default login redirect URL set globally in the MemberPress settings. So to show you that, if you go to MemberPress and Settings, and then head to the Account tab, here under Login and Log Out, you can control where all users, regardless of what membership they have, end up after they log in. So mine's just set to my home page. But back here on the membership edit page, you can override that site-wide global setting here. So to do that, just set your page URL right here. So this will override that global setting in the settings when people with this membership log in. And also, you can control what URLs users go to after logging in at a specific number of times. And you could add as many as you want right here. So maybe you want to direct your members to a custom promotion or sales page or something after they log in, say, for the 5th time or the 10th time. So you would just paste the URL here, and then set 5 or 10 or whatever number here. And then using this plus sign icon, you can add as many as you want. So you can really fine-tune where your members end up depending on how many times they've logged into your site. And these URLs that are set on these numbered logins will override what's set here on that numbered login. So say I had a URL for the 5th login. So on a member's 5th time logging in, they'll go to this URL right here, instead of this one set here. But then on their 6th login, they'll be redirected back to this URL. So that's a really cool feature to really fine-tune where your members wind up when they log in. Okay, next you see this option to set a merge tag for our MailChimp integration if you have that installed. User roles for this membership let you assign one or more WordPress user roles to people when they purchase the membership. So based on how yours are set up, they can have different permissions on your site. So this might come in handy if you're signing up teachers or coaches, or you have some sort of corporate or enterprise situation where people need permission to do certain things beyond the basics of your site. So once they purchase a membership, their user role in WordPress will automatically be assigned to this one. And lastly, you can enable Cancel Override for this message if you have our Cancellation Override add-on installed. This lets you redirect users to a separate page when they go to cancel their subscription in their member account page. So again, you would just make a page or post on WordPress and then paste the URL right here. So this is useful to try to entice people who cancel to stay with stuff like discounts. You can ask for their feedback, ask if they're sure if they want to cancel. You can just give them some information about their membership perks and more. So using our Cancel Override add-on, which can be installed right here on the add-ons page of the plugin, can be really useful to help reduce churn on your website. Check out our support docs page, which is linked in the description, for a tutorial and how-to on setting that up. Okay, the last two tabs here are CoachKit and Order Bumps. So if you have the CoachKit add-on installed, you'll see this CoachKit tab. So here's where you can assign your online coaching programs to a membership. So once someone buys this membership, they'll be auto-enrolled in your CoachKit coaching program or programs that you set here. And you can create those with our CoachKit add-on. So check out CoachKit on our website for a lot more information on selling your very own coaching programs. And then lastly, if you have our Order Bumps add-on installed, here on the Order Bumps tab, you can add other memberships that you have created in MemberPress as what are called Order Bumps. So you can advertise your other products right on this membership's registration page. And here's a preview of what that could look like. So right here, on this registration page, customers can simply click what additional products that they want to buy. So all these here are Order Bumps, and they're all just memberships created in MemberPress for all these different products. And they've been added right on that Order Bumps tab in the membership, meaning the membership that the registration page is for. So be sure to check out our Order Bumps add-on if you want to be able to sell Order Bumps, which they can really boost your bottom line. Next, I'm going to hop into the MemberPress settings to show you a few options that pertain to memberships and registration pages. So going to MemberPress and Settings. First, here on the Pages tab, here's where you can set your global or site-wide membership-related pages, like the thank you page, which I mentioned earlier, the member account page, and the login page. Now, MemberPress does handle and create all these pages for you by default, so you don't have to do anything here. But here's where those pages can be changed and edited if you need to. Here under Pages Slugs, you can choose your membership URL slugs. So by default, when you create a membership, it'll be your site/register/ and then the name of your membership, with dashes in between if there are more than one word. But you can change that slug here. So it doesn't have to be register. And these slugs for group pricing pages can be changed here too. And by this point, if you're still confused about what a group is, be sure to check out our knowledge base on MemberPress groups if you want to group memberships together and create a pricing page for them. And I am going to go over that later in the video. And under Unauthorized Redirect, you can customize what people who don't have access to your members-only content see when they try to view it. I'm not going to go over this because this is more covered in our guides on MemberPress rules. So here on the Account tab, I'll just quickly go over some membership settings that you have available. Just a few key ones. So here, you have some options to make sure that your members don't see the WordPress admin bar or get to the WordPress dashboard when they're logged into your site. And these two options let you allow members to cancel their own subscriptions or pause and resume their own subscriptions, so they can do that in their member account page. So to show you that, here's a sample member account page for a test user account that I have set up in my site. So if this user goes to their subscriptions page, next to their subscription, they have those options here to pause, cancel, etc. So all you would do is just check those in the settings, save the settings, and then your users will be able to do this. And I am using Ready Launch styling here on my member account page as well. So if you're using a WordPress theme or something different, your customer's experience will look different, but those options will still be here for your customers. Okay, so back here in the MemberPress settings, here under registration, you got a whole bunch of options that you can go over. Some notable ones are enable coupon fields, which will let your users enter coupon codes before checking out on your registration pages. And you can create those coupons right here in the plugin under coupons. You can enable a single page checkout. So without this checked, if you're using a WordPress theme, The registration process itself happens on 2 pages. So one page to enter their personal and account information, and then they're taken to another page to add their payment information. But enabling this lets them enter all their sign-up information, the personal information and the payment information, all in just one single page. And here you can enable a single-page checkout invoice to show an invoice table above the payment options if you're using a single-page checkout. And again, these things pertain to using pages that are not styled with ReadyLaunch like we've been seeing in this video. And here you can add and require your terms of service and a privacy policy on your registration pages. So people would have to read or accept those in order to register for a membership. And here you can choose to prorate subscription prices if someone upgrades or downgrades from your memberships. I just wanted to mention this in this video because it is a popular option, but this more so pertains to creating tiered membership structures with groups. Okay, so those are some registration page related settings that you have available to use. Log in and out, we already went over. So you can set where your members go site-wide after logging in to any of your memberships. And the Fields tab we already saw too. So it's where you can create all those custom fields that you can add to your registration pages. So you can collect just about any type of information that you want at sign-up. You can even give them options to upload files when they sign up too. The Payments tab is where you'll add your payment methods that will show up as payment options for your customers on your membership registration pages. So here you just add all your payment gateways that you choose to accept. The Emails tab is where you can edit and turn off emails that are sent to your customers and to you as a site admin. So these emails are sent out automatically when certain events occur. Some membership-related emails include the member welcome email, payment receipts, and more here. So you can edit these here with the Edit button, or you can simply just turn them off by unchecking them to prevent them from being sent out. The General tab is where you can set your currency, and the Taxes tab is where you can set up tax collection for your sales. Now, the last tab here, ReadyLaunch, is where you can turn on and off ReadyLaunch styling for your membership-related pages. So here, you can upload your logo, and then set a brand color, which you can see I already did that. And then, right here, all of these pages are already toggled on by default. So ReadyLaunch styling takes effect right away. But to turn off ReadyLaunch styling and use your WordPress theme or page builder instead, just toggle the switch off. So here you can see it styles those pricing pages for groups. Here's what styles your registration pages. So again, these are the pages that are created with memberships. So if you want to use a theme to do your own styling and registration pages, again, you just toggle it off right here. And then make sure everything's saved. And ReadyLaunch also styles your thank you, login, and account pages too. And course pages and coaching pages. Okay, so those are just some key settings that you can use to configure your membership experience. Now, before I get into how to get selling your memberships on your site, first, I'll show you how to set up some common membership scenarios. We already went over one, but I'm going to quickly go through some other very basic and common ones that'll get you started selling your own memberships. Also, we do have a lot more examples on our knowledge base article, Membership Pricing Terms Case Examples, if you need more guidance or you just want to get some ideas. So I'm going to go to MemberPress and Memberships and add new. So first, I'll go over how to set up a basic recurring membership. So we already saw how to do monthly earlier in the video. So I'll make this one charge the customer $100 a year. So I would just give it a name. And then here, set the price to $100. And then change it to recurring and yearly. And that's it. And then now I can sell this as a recurring yearly membership. So I would just have to protect my content people are buying with some MemberPress rules, and then use my membership on the rules to lock that content down. Okay, so now I'm going to click Add New to make a new rule. So now I'll show you how to do a free membership, so a free sign-up. So with MemberPress, you don't have to charge anything if you don't want to. Maybe you just want to paywall content or have a community forum, for example, behind a free login. Or have a free membership with limited content, and then a paid membership for more valuable stuff. So you can do that here. So I would just name this something like free, or join, or whatever you want. Leave the price here set to 0. And then set this as a one-time, and lifetime membership. So users would just sign up once for free, and their account would give them lifetime access to my website. And then again, just save the rule. And it's all set. Now people can register for free right on this registration link. And you can see here on the registration page, there isn't a spot to enter payment details. So they can just fill out their username and password and whatever other information that you choose to collect and sign up for my website. And then they'll have an account on my site. So they would just use my login page to log in and get access to whatever I give them access to. So next, I'll show you how to sell a single product, like a digital download. So maybe you have one ebook that you want to sell as a one-time product, meaning people pay you once and then they get access to the ebook download. So you just create a new membership and then give it a name, like whatever ebook, and then set the price. Make sure it's lifetime, and then one time, and save it. And that's it. So now you would just upload your ebook to your site, create a rule in MemberPress to protect it, so only those with this membership can get it. And then you can configure a lot of different ways to get that download link to your customers when they make a purchase. So the next example I want to go over is year access with an end date. So maybe you want to create a limited time membership, like access to live classes or sessions of some kind, but only want to do it for a year. So people will pay you once for the year, get access for the year, and then their access will expire after that year. So you would just set a price, bill type one time, and then now the access would be fixed expire. And then set when you want to revoke their access, like 1 year later. Now this will end on the date that you set here, regardless of when someone signs up. If you wanted to revoke their access relative to their sign-up date, you would just use expire here in this dropdown instead, and then set your time frame. So expire will revoke their access at the time that you set here after they sign up. But again, fix expire will let you set a specific date that their access will expire, irregardless of when they signed up. Now, the next example isn't as straightforward as the others, but oftentimes here at MemberPress, we get how to do this next scenario. And that's a membership with a setup fee or an upfront fee. So you could charge a one-time startup fee, say of $100 upfront. And then after that, your customer can pay you, say, $25 a month. So you see this scenario in gyms sometimes. There's a setup fee and also a monthly fee. So you would just create a new membership, give it a name, and then you would just type the price of your monthly charge, $25 in my case. Set it to recurring, and my interval would be monthly. And then to achieve the initial setup fee, you would use the trial period feature. So you would just click here to enable a trial period, and then I would type 30 days, so a month. So this trial is taking the place of the first month's payment. And the trial amount would be $100. And I'll select allow only one trial. So they would pay $100 up front and then $25 per month after that. So just one note with this, their first month, they would not be charged $25 in addition to the $100. It would just be $100 that they would pay at sign-up, and then a month later, $25 after that. So just be sure to factor that into your setup fee. One last example is a basic pricing tier. So for this, I'll just create 2 memberships, and then I'll quickly show you how to create a group to link them together to create a pricing page. And again, groups are a little bit beyond the scope of this video, so I'm going to go over this one pretty quick, but we do have a lot more learning material on MemberPress groups that you can check out for more step-by-step guides. So first, I'll create a new membership, and this one will be called Basic. And then I'll set this one to be $10 recurring monthly. So $10 a month. And then I'll save it. And now I'll create a new membership. Name this one Pro. And it'll be recurring and monthly at $50. And then I'll save this. So the idea behind this is that people can buy a basic plan and then get access to some stuff, say a few courses and ebooks. Or people can choose to pay more for Pro and then get more exclusive content, like all my courses, all my ebooks, and maybe access to a community group. So now that I've got my 2 memberships created, I just need to group them together. So to do that, you just go to MemberPress, Groups, and Add New. And then give it a name, like Basic and Pro, or Pricing Plans, whatever you want. So the name will show up on the pricing page's URL by default. And then down here, you would just select your memberships to be part of this group. So in my case, Basic and Pro. Also, you do have some more advanced options that will let you control how your group functions. One notable one is the Upgrade Path option here, which will create a sort of tier system that will let your customers upgrade and downgrade their plans between the 2 memberships in the group, or however many memberships you have in the group. You just have to be sure your memberships are ordered here from lowest to highest tier. And then, once everything's set, you just click here to save the group. And now, once it's saved, you can see here that a pricing page has been created. So if you remember, Ready Launch does have the pricing page turned on in the settings, so it styles it for you automatically. But you can also find some great templates to use in MemberPress. Or even a lot of WordPress themes and page builders have pricing page designs that you can work from, or you can even build from scratch. So Ready Launch does make this easy. All you have to do is create a group, and then the pricing page is already styled. But say you wanted to use your theme instead. You can just hop into MemberPress, and Settings, and the Ready Launch tab, and then just toggle the pricing page off. And then, when you're editing a group, you see some default pricing page themes that you can use. So that'll style your price boxes differently. And again, you can really get fancy with the page builder too. But for mine, I'm going to go back to the settings and just leave Ready Launch styling on for my pricing page. Okay. So the only thing that you want to do is go back into your memberships and spruce up your pricing tables a bit. So if I go to MemberPress and Memberships, and then click on my basic membership, scrolling down, here in the Price Box tab, you can edit what this membership's price box says. So you can modify how the price is shown, some text here, and then add a list of benefits or perks that come with the membership. So you can list out what customers get when they buy it. So I'm going to pause the video now and fill out both of my price boxes for both memberships. Okay, so now I have both my price boxes filled out here. So now if I go to Groups and click on my group, and then click to view my pricing page, you can see what that looks like with Ready Launch styling. So it's got my price boxes, it's got all my benefits, and it compares my 2 memberships side by side. So my customers can compare my plans, decide which one they want to buy, and then click here to sign up for it. And then they're taken to the registration page where they can make the purchase. So you can see, with Ready Launch, it's all styled and branded the same across all my pages. But if you're not too keen on the Ready Launch styling, you can really get creative and match your site's branding with a theme or a page builder. For example, the Page Builder Divi has a lot of really nice looking templates that are even pricing page specific that you can work from. And then you would just manually link your registration pages on the sign-up buttons. So here's one example of one of those pricing pages with a Divi template. And here's another one. So some of these are pretty cool. So if you did build a separate page for your pricing page and you're using a page builder or something, you would just need to check out our support docs about how to link that up so the whole experience is seamless for you. Okay, so for the last part of the video, I'm going to show you how to link your pricing page or registration page onto your homepage so customers can land on your site and then easily get to buy it. So first, let's say my site is simple and I only have one single membership that sells access to content. So let's say it's just called Membership, which you can see here on my memberships page. So now I want people to be able to click on a link to it in my navigation menu and quickly get to buy it. So I want as few clicks as possible to actually make a purchase. So I want to link this registration page itself to my nav menu so people can click on it and buy it right away. So to do that, here in WordPress, you would just go to Appearance here in the left sidebar and Menus. And then just make sure that you're editing your navigation menu for your site. So just make sure it's selected here. And then over here on the left, you would just find memberships. And if you can't find memberships, you might have to go up here to the screen options and click to enable it. So back it down here to memberships, you just expand that. And then click on your membership and add to menu. And then you can see it adds it to the bottom right here. So you can just click and drag it in the order that you want. And you could even change the link text itself. So maybe you want to say sign up or buy membership, whatever you want. And then just be sure to click here to save the menu. So now when I go to my home page, you can see the link added here to my navigation menu. And if I click on it, it takes me right to the registration page. So there are a ton of different ways that you can choose to link your registration pages to your site. So even if you just have one membership, you could create a group for it. Just add that one membership, add the price box to list out its benefits and perks, and then add that pricing page to your navigation menu. So to do that, going back to Appearance and Menus, when editing your nav menu, there's a section for groups here too. So you would just select your group and then add it here. And here's what this could look like. People would land on your homepage, click sign up here in the navigation menu, and it would take them to the pricing page. Again, it's just one price box, but it lists out what they get with the membership. And they can click here to buy it. And then they're taken to the registration page. You could also create a sort of sales or landing page for your membership, which we see all the time. So you'd create a separate page in WordPress, and then list out some sales material, selling visitors and why they should sign up for a membership, and detailing what they get. And this could be as basic or complex as you want. And then you would just manually link your membership's registration page to a sign up button or something on that page. So clicking that button will take them right to the registration page to buy. But it is always a good idea to have a link to buy or sign up on your site's navigation menu, since that's where people tend to look first, and people sort of expect all important areas of your site to be linked there. But you could additionally and also manually link your pricing or registration pages throughout different buttons in areas of your website. So maybe you have a button on your homepage or some sales page somewhere. Or you can even create little ads or even link text right on your blog post. So it's always a good idea to make it as easy as possible for would-be customers to get to your registration page as easy and as fast as possible. So anywhere in your site that makes sense, you could link it there. So I hope this video has given you a useful overview of creating memberships on your WordPress website with MemberPress. Again, we've got a whole host of guides on creating and uploading your content, paywalling it with rules, creating group pricing pages, and growing your site with our many add-ons and third-party integrations. And you can find all that information on memberpress.com/docs. Also, be sure to follow our blog and YouTube channel for all of our latest tips and tricks on all things MemberPress. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, be sure to like, subscribe, and check out our other videos that makes getting MemberPress up and running a breeze.